Tina here from Hawthorne Montessori, and I have 3 fun winter crafts for you to try at home. The first one that I have for us today is we're gonna make our own little snowball shooters. I made mine look like a snowman, but you totally don't have to. I found this one that was already white, but I have not been able to find any other ones that were white. So if you want him to look like a snowman and you don't have a white toilet paper roll, you can paint it white. That's always really fun. Or you don't have to make him a snowman. You can make him whatever you want. You can make him a monster. You can make him a cat. You can do whatever. You can just decorate it. It doesn't need to be anything. It needs to be whatever you want it to be. So the very first thing that you need for your snowball shooter is a toilet paper roll and a balloon. Now you might need help from this part from mom and dad, but you're gonna need to tie a knot at the end of the balloon, just like that. And then at the very top, you're gonna cut off just a little bit. It's better to cut off less and need to cut off more later than to cut off too big of a chunk because you can't add balloon back, right? So we're just gonna cut a little piece off the top. And I'm going to stick it to my toilet paper roll with tape. I have clear Scotch tape, but you can, if you have decorative tape, you can make it pretty. You can use whatever you want. You could use glue to stick it on. I'm using tape because it's easier and pretty quick. You don't have to wait for the glue to dry, but it is all about what you have and what you want it to look like. So it should look like this. If it was a snowman, it kind of looks like he's got a little winter hat on, but you're gonna wanna have a good amount that you can pull back on. So that's how you make the snowball shooter. What we need now is the snowballs. So I'm using cotton balls. You just put a cotton ball in, make sure it gets to the very bottom, you pull, and you shoot it out like that. Now, you could leave it like that and just make this your, oops, didn't push it down all the way. Make this your really fun snowball shooter. Whoa. See, this is what I think is interesting because sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Right? So you can use cotton balls. You can see how far they go. You can use other things and hypothesize. Do I think that this bottle cap is going to go farther than the cotton ball I just shot out? I don't know. We got to find out. We got to experiment. So you can use different materials to shoot out. This is a cat toy. And then if you want to take it one step further in your scientific experiment, you could get a measuring tape and measure the distance that your cotton ball, your pom-pom, your bottle cap, whatever it is you put inside your snowball shooter, and measure how far you were able to shoot it out. And if you do this, if you record your data from your experiment, please share it with me. I would love, love, love to know. I'd love to see your data and I'd love to see what you've uncovered. Yeah, so that's the snowball shooter. Really simple, just a few materials for lots and lots of fun. And again, you can decorate it however you want. Again, I made a snowman, but you could create a beautiful abstract painting on your snowball shooter, whatever you want. It's your snowball shooter. So next, before my ice gets all melted, I'm gonna show you our second winter craft, which is ice painting. So I've got my palette of watercolor paints here. Really, it doesn't matter what kind of watercolor palette you have, as long as it's watercolor, because what's ice made out of, huh? Water, so it needs to be watercolor paint. So what you can do is get your brush a little bit wet so we can wake up the paint, and you're just gonna paint on your ice, and you're gonna experiment with what that looks like. All I did was put water into a bowl and let that freeze for a few hours. Got this big shape here from that, and then I had, I think, a candy mold that I put some water in and let that freeze a little bit to see what that was gonna look like. Just for different sizes, different textures to add into this. And really, you just wanna have fun. You just wanna see what it's gonna look like when you've painted onto your ice. It's more about the process than it is about the product with something like this. However, if you are painting your ice and you're like, oh my goodness, this is so beautiful, I love this so much, I want to remember this, you can get a little piece of watercolor paper. If you don't have watercolor paper, you could probably use regular paper, but be careful with it because it might tear, right? So you want to get a little piece of watercolor paper and push it into your ice, and you can get a little print of your painting. Again, this is about the process. This is about the experience. You're just wanting to see what it feels like to paint the ice, see what it feels like if you touch the ice, see what it does when you mix some of the colors on the ice, what it's doing to the water melting around the ice that you've got on your plate. And if you guys haven't noticed, I have put down a towel because it's always good to cover your workspace, just in case things get a little messy. And they might get a little messy with a big chunk of ice that you're painting. So definitely protect your workspace. We do that at school. You want to do that at home. Protect your workspace, okay? So that's ice painting. The final fun winter craft that I have for you guys is we are going to make some fake snow. I've already started a little bit here, and you can take precise measurements if you want, but one of the really fun things about this is that you don't need to, there's no specific amount that you need. There's just 2 ingredients, baking soda and shaving cream. And my only suggestion from having tried this once, I've only tried this once before, is you want more baking soda than you want shaving cream. Otherwise you end up with a big shaving cream mess. I mean, as you're working it and playing with it and getting it, molding it, it's gonna dry out the shaving cream, but you're gonna start off with shaving cream all over the place. So definitely add more baking soda than you are going to add shaving cream, right? And then we're gonna add a little bit of shaving cream. And this is the fun part, okay? You're gonna put your hands in it. Mix it all up. And this is gonna leave you with that powdery, fun, light feeling that playing in snow gives you, right? So this is just a really fun sensory experiment that you can do at home. Make your own snow. I don't have any Arctic animals to play in the snow here at my house, but I do have some little Hello Kitty figures. So maybe later I'll have my little cowboy Hello Kitty play in the snow. But really, it's your snow. You can do whatever you want with it. If you want to put little animals and track their footprints, or yeah, I mean, you can do anything with this. It's just gonna become snow-like the more and more that you knead it together. And that's it, guys. That's all I have for us today. Those 3 fun winter crafts. We made a snowball shooter, we did some ice painting, and then we made some snow. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I miss you guys so much, and I can't wait to see you back in class. Bye.